Hi everyone, so it's Miss Jenkinson here, and I'm going to try and help you and give you some examples of some of the questions you might come across this week, particularly towards the end of the week. So this first one says, if I was facing north and turned clockwise to southeast, how many degrees have I turned? So I'm going to show you how you might be able to work this out. Okay, so as you can see here, I've drawn out the compass that was on the sheet, okay, just so that I can make some jottings to help me. So I'm first of all going to start to think about the degrees that I do know. Okay, so for example, I know that north to east is 90 degrees, and I'm just going to jot that down, okay, because you can see there it's making that right angle linked to all the work you have been doing. Okay, now I want to use that information to help me work out this angle here, so north east. Okay, now I know it's halfway between north and east, so I'm going to half 90, so 90 divided by 2, which is going to give me 45 degrees. I can then apply that information to all of these smaller steps. So for example, east to southeast is 45, southeast to south is 45 degrees. Even if I went southwest to south, you can go anti-clockwise as well, okay? And any steps of 2 between these marks now, where it's been split into the 8 parts of the compass, any 2 steps are 90, so northwest to southwest would be 90 degrees, okay, south to west would be 90 degrees as well. So thinking back to the question, it was asking me if I was facing north, which is here, and I turned clockwise, so going this way round to southeast, how many degrees have I turned? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark north on my whiteboard, and I'm also going to mark southeast, and that is the turn that I've made. Okay, so I'm then going to think, how many steps is that? So I know that north to east is 90, okay, because I can see that step there, and then this bit here is 45. So you could either do 90, add 45, which you should be able to do mentally, okay, so 90 add 40 is 130, add on the 5, 135 degrees. Or you might do 45 times 3, which would still give you the same answer, because you can see you've gone 1, 2, 3 steps. Okay, so there's 2 different ways there that you could have worked out that answer. Okay, time for question 2, which says, I'm facing W, meaning west, and turn anti-clockwise to NE, so northeast. Mr. Woolley says this is an obtuse angle. Is he correct, and how do you know? So I've left the information on from question 1 that I think might be useful. So that's remembering that a turn from north to northeast is 45, the same from northeast to east, and so on. So those turns are just from one point of the compass are always 45 degrees, whereas a turn of 2 points on the compass is 90 degrees. So now thinking about question 2, which was saying that we're starting at west, which is here, okay, and we're turning to northeast. However, we are turning in an anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so thinking about the ticking of a clock, it goes that way round. We're going anti-clockwise, so we're going the opposite way. So I know that from west to south is 90 degrees, south to east is 90 degrees, and then I've got east to northeast, which is 45. So I've got 90, add 90, add 45. Or you might have recognised that west to east is 180, because it's that angle on a straight line plus the 45 degrees. There are different ways you could get to this point. Now 90 add 45 gives me 225 degrees. Okay, now I know that is not an obtuse angle, because obtuse angles only go up to 180 degrees. So this angle that we've generated by travelling from west to northeast is actually a reflex angle. So I can write, no, he isn't correct, because I've turned 225 degrees, which is a reflex angle. So I'm then applying all of that language and the terminology that we've been working on. Okay, so west to northeast is not obtuse, okay, because I've gone anti-clockwise. Whereas if I went clockwise, so I went west to northeast this way, that would be an obtuse angle. So it's really important that the question is read carefully, because actually that could be what Mr. Woolley has done in what he was saying, is he's actually read it incorrectly and he thought I was going clockwise, okay, because that would be 90 plus that 45, so that would have been an 135 degree angle, which is correct, is obtuse. But in this situation, from the information we had going anti-clockwise, he's incorrect, because that angle measures at 225 degrees, so that's how much I've turned. So just to finish off, remember that these small turns from here, for example from here to here, are 45 degrees, okay, whereas one of those bigger turns, so for example from east to south, is 90 degrees, okay. That information will then really help you with some of these word problems that you're coming across. But if you do need any further help, don't hesitate to drop me or Mr. Woolley an email and we'll be able to help you a little bit more, okay. But I hope you all really enjoy your maths lessons this week.